Well,
Football Power Hour.
Manchester United won, FC 21.
Jesus! Jesus is Lord!
I still can't believe it, but the stress levels are not as high as yesterday. The frustration levels have subsided a little bit. So, you know what? Hopefully, today's player ratings will be a little bit more objective. If you're new to this channel, after every Manchester United game, we sort of do like a report card and give every player a performance grade and a performance remark, just based on that particular game. And this time around, we're going to look at the starting lineup versus FC Twente and react to it. I'm curious what grade you'll give each player. Please let me know in the comments or after the video, after the stream. You can also put your comments in the at the bottom of the video, and let me know if you agree or disagree with some of these ratings. My name is Batona Papi. This is the Football Power Hour. Let's go.
Football Power Hour.
Yo, just like that, we're back. And this time around, I want to just make sure that it's not a long show. So I want to say shout out to Kenny Fan TV, who says all the players in the manager, 0 rating. Absolute embarrassment in Europe. Oh my God. Kenny Fan TV is right. I actually was reading just before starting the show. I was reading the comment, the post that Kenny Fan TV made on his channel saying, why should I do a match reaction? These players do not deserve my time. So I understand his frustration levels are still high up there. And I totally understand, my bro. So it is what it is, in the words of Bruno Fernandes. You know, sometimes you win some, you lose some. And I guess in football, you will also draw some. So
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I want to just get straight into it, and don't want to waste any time. So here is the report card and how it looks. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. So yeah. Andre Onana. We're gonna start from the back like we always do. And you know what? The funny thing about Andre Onana is, like, he did not have to save anything in the first half. And he also had a free kick that he's diverted. That was, I think it was from Sam Stein in the second half. But part of being a Manchester United goalkeeper is you have to stay ready. You have to be called up. You have to be ready when you're called upon. And those moments when you're called upon can, happen right at the death, right? Or once, in a game. And if you make a mistake, we look at you with a bombastic side eye. So good save for the free kick, but poor positioning in the one goal that he conceded. So I think that by itself, if he had saved that goal, we have a clean sheet, we win the rest of the game. And so definitely an A is out of the question. A B plus is out of the question. I'm gonna give Onana a B minus. I try not to do minuses and pluses, but when it's a draw, we have to sort of like try and look through the nonsense and try and look for the positives and the negatives about each player. So Onana, for me, I think his performance deserves a B minus. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and yeah, we'll go on with the players as well, with the rest of the other defensive line as well. So Mazraoui, what in the Dennis Irwin is going on with Mazraoui? This guy just put in another solid performance. Honestly, and he's like DJ Khaled, another one. Another solid performance, man. This easily our best guy. Let me take out Dallo there. I wanted to put Mazarawi first. So Here we go. Mazarawi, for me, he could be more involved offensively, but I want to give him an A minus, B plus. I think, honestly speaking, even the goal that we conceded is from our left hand side. So Mazraoui had nothing really to do with that, and he deserves an A minus. But I'm gonna give him a B, since B plus. Since you know what, we did not have a clean sheet. It's very, very difficult to give anybody that. So let's go to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire started, and it was interesting to see him in there, partnering Licha. And I think some of why Mazraoui was not so like shining as much as he used to in the last couple of games was because he's still learning how to work with Harry Maguire. So I'm gonna say for me, Maguire, it was just like a very good performance. He's culpable. He's culpable for that sliding tackle. Why are you sliding? Why are you running, Maguire? Why are you sliding? You need to stay on your feet. You stay on your feet. You don't, you kind of have the ability maybe to just, do something, affect that phase of play that led to the goal, you know? So Maguire was not happy with the slide, but he did well. He won his duels and was comfortable at the back, except for that one moment, you know. So for me, it's a B minus. I have to take down points from Maguire for that slide tackle because it was a comedy of errors that led to the goal. So I am not happy with Harry Maguire for that. I'm gonna go on to Licha. Licha fortunately did not do the two-footed stomp the yard tackle, and I think part of Maguire's sliding also took out Licha out of the equation as well, if I'm not mistaken. But his performance had some good actions offensively, some really good line breaking passes as usual, good passing. And what else? What else did Licha do that I'm struggling to remember now? Yeah, that I think he led to a ball that was like deflected. What happened with Leach? There was one phase of play that I'm vaguely remembering now. Like he kind of like nearly affected the game in a way that would have probably led to another goal. But you know what? Other than the line breaking passing, he was just, I'd say, just above average. You know, just above average. I really, really, really feel like him and Maguire were on par in terms of performances. So it's gonna be a B minus. Let's go to Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot for me, he had a moment that actually Stein could have capitalized on and actually made a goal from that. But he also had a shot. He took a shot that was blocked. So, he's trying to, affect the game offensively as well, but like it's still not good enough. I need to see more from him, especially knowing the attacking player that he is. So not good enough offensively. For me, he also ends in a B minus C plus. It should be a C plus, because it wasn't he booked. I think he got a yellow card as well. Let me just double check. Did Dallo have a yellow card? Oh, that was Martinez with the yellow card. That was Martinez with the yellow card. So, all right. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there with a B minus. I think he needs to improve offensively. Now, we also saw in the lineup, in the midfield, we had Manuel Ugarte, the octopus. Ugarte, for me, we can tell that this player is special. He actually, when you look at his performance, I think he deserves a a little bit of credit in terms of like he's the person that actually slid and that ball went to Christian Eriksen and then Eriksen decided to lose it. And if you look at he won 6 duels, lost 4, 5 out of 8 duels won, ground duels, and he won 50% of his aerial duels, committed 1 foul, 10 defensive actions, 5 ball recoveries, 2 interceptions, 2 clearances, all round good performance for Manuel Ugarte, honestly speaking. So let's go ahead and say good cleaning up. And he also had a pass that actually, if Kobe Maino received it well, could have been a goal, could have led to a goal. So good cleanup all round, good performance. Honestly, one of our also standout players today, or rather yesterday. So I'm gonna give him just a solid B plus. It should be a B plus, but it's gonna be just a solid B for Manuel Ugarte. Now, we'll come back to Ericsson. Oh, Christian Eriksen. Courtstar says he looked a bit shaky in possession at times. I thought he was just okay, talking about Ugarte. I think when we look at Christian Eriksen's performance, I just want to finish with it. So let's go to Bruno. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes. One word: sloppy. He is in need of just in need of like being benched 5 games, in need of being benched. He's just in need of rest. Let me say that, in need of rest. He's just like worst form in a long time. That's where he is right now. Just like in this like downward slope, and he's just yesterday's show was entitled lackluster. I think this is the right term for Bruno Fernandes. For a player that you want to be your chief creator, that has been, so important in Manchester United's attacks, he just is not up to it. So, especially in the second half, you could see that he struggled and he was moved to the right. For me, it's a C minus D even. It's gotta be a D. It's gotta be a D. But because I'm feeling generous, I'll give him a C right now. I had a little bit of rest, and I feel like that also contributes to the grade. Just being a little bit more what's the word? Objective about it. Courtstar says he's consistent stinkers this season. Courtstar, it's peak settings, bro. Like, what are we gonna do with this guy? He needs to be benched. I hope Eric Ten Hag can just sort of, grow a pair. Tell Bruno Fernandes, bro, I don't hate you. I just need you to recharge. Learn the game again from the sideline, from the bench. You know, um, even though he's our captain, somebody else will have to take the armband. Harry Maguire has been captain before. Kenny says change the grade for Bruno to an F minus.
Oh my God! Jesus is Lord!
F minus. That's crazy though. F, like there's an F plus. No, Kenny, how are you gonna do that? F minus is a little tough. It's a little like, bro, like I feel like okay, it should be a D then. All right. Let's put it in D. D should just be the appropriate grade for Bruno Fernandes. Thank you for averaging it out. I was too generous, I think, with my C minus. All right, let's go to Marcus Rashford. Marcus easily one of our standout wingers. I saw some flair, some skills, some confidence back, and actually and provided a few good moments that should have been finished off. If Xerxes was more clinical. Say yesterday we were talking in the therapy and Faz was here saying, you see what happens when you don't have an actual clinical striker? If Marcus Rashford yesterday was playing with a striker like, say, Harry Kane, just giving an example, Harry Kane would have been there for the near post, you know? So Rashford, for me, I don't want to give him a B+, but I think it's just a solid B, you know? Agree? Disagree? Let me know what you think. If I should change Rashford's grade, let me know. Now, let's go to Joshua Xerxes. You know, Mr. Link Up Play Xerxes. He's the link up merchant. And I mean that in a nice way. He is actually consistent with this. And I almost want to say, I don't know if there's any forward in the Premier League that has this type of link up. Honestly, it's giving Harry Kane link up vibes. It's giving like the ball sticks with him. And to really, 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 really get it from him, you have to struggle. And he looks for his teammates in a really nice way. He's such a good presence, good target man, you know. And but also he should have been at the end of those chances that Marcus Rashford created. So you know he has to find the score sheet. If you're a Man United attacker, especially in the middle, central attacker, you have to be in the score sheet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give Xerxes a C+. Should be B minus, but because our attack as a unit lacked cohesion, it lacked bite, it lacked actual verve. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Xerxes, Rashford, Ahmad. I'm looking at you guys saying, where are the goals?
Tell me what Leon said. Trust the process.
My thought was, what's the process with them goals, man? Them goals ain't goaling. Let's go to Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo for me was interesting because he had some energy and he was really tidy with the ball. I'm curious what the stats say as well. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Passing accuracy, 95%.
Jesus is Lord.
That is a good return for a player that is playing in an advanced position from a right wing, making 21 out of your 22 passes is applaudable. Honestly, you need to do better with the shots. I need to see more shots taken because I think he created one chance and dispossessed only once, had 2 passes into the final third, took 3 touches in the opposition box. And defensively, he was so involved as well. 4 defensive actions, 4 recoveries, only dribbled past once. So Amad Diallo is one of the few players that can leave yesterday's performance with a little bit more of like, I'm proud of what I did. I don't know what you all guys did. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a B as well. Great Kennedy up front. Needs to take more shots, though. Needs to take more shots. That is just my assessment on Amad Diallo. It should be a B minus. Rashford should also get a B minus. But Amad Diallo, I think he played up until the 67th minute. And so, Rashford pretty much had almost like more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes more than Amad Diallo. So really, Rashford should also be on a B minus, All right. I'm gonna let him slide. Yesterday I would have been giving D's, It's a B minus. Let's do this. I feel like I'm being too lenient. B minus, and Xerxes C plus. Let's go to who else was there? Okay, let's go back to the guy I've been trying to avoid. Christian Eriksen. First of all, good goal. But that error is unforgivable. Led to us conceding. Honestly, if it wasn't for Ericsson not scanning and not aware of the danger, we would have left with 1-0. So it's a very, very difficult performance to grade, honestly, because, you know, he had moments where he was really, really good in terms of, progressing the ball. Let's look at how many chances he created. 3 chances, 93% pass accuracy. That is so good. 61 touches, 4 in the opposition box. He actually had more touches than Amad Diallo in the opposition box. But something that I gotta mark him down on is also the corners were a little sloppier. Corners were not up to standard, honestly. Corners were sloppy. Let's say that. Yeah. So he needs to refine his delivery. So such a tough player to grade. I think it's gonna be a C plus. That unforgivable error that led to the goal. Unfortunately, we have to look at it. We can't turn a blind eye to it. Big up to Alien Red Devils. Yo, hope that the meeting with Mark was good. Yo. And also I hope that you're feeling better because yeah, honestly, yesterday it was a draw. We got 1 point, but it felt like a loss. You could tell from the way the FC Twente players were celebrating. It's like they already won the Europa League. I was like, hey, these guys. Anyway, let's go to Alejandro Garnacho, who's usually a great impact sub, but this time around he came in and I really didn't see much of him. Probably because of just how disjointed already our forward players were, but he was trying to make things happen. So I have to give Garnacho a C plus and say just all right. All right. Like, where's KG when you need him? Let's go to who else? Kobe came in. Hoyland came in. First home appearance since what, May or something like that. So Hoyland didn't really see much of him. Kobe Maino, for me, I think stood out a little bit more than Hoyland. So I'm just gonna mention Maino and say, he looked sharp. He looked like how a player should look when they're rested. And I believe what happened to Maino needs to happen to Bruno. So so Maino can also go home with a C plus. I can't believe like our team could not dispatch FC Twente. Look at these grades: B minuses and C pluses. Eric Ten Hag, Mr. Make substitutions late. He's just like he's not giving confidence. He's not giving confidence as a manager, honestly. And I give him credit for admitting that he needs to go look in the mirror. So I'm gonna give Eric Ten Hag a D. You were out here talking smack at the beginning of before the game even started. During the press conference, Eric Ten Hag talking, oh, I hate to hurt something I love. Bro, you hurt us as the Man United fan base. And now we hear this. Only wants to come back. Jesus is Lord. I don't even know. Only wanting to come back should mean Eric Ten Hag is gonna lose some more sleep, He better get his act together because I am not happy. I'm not happy. I feel hurt by it. So I have to give him a D. And the team average for me, team average, it looks like it's a C. There's like C pluses, B minuses. The only people pulling the grade up is Mazraoui and Ugarte. Everybody else is pulling the grade down to a C plus, B minus, B minus. How many? We got more B minuses, and then 3 C pluses. and that D right there, everything makes it C plus. It's like FC Twente wanted it more. That is just my assessment of the game and my grading of the game. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And yeah, I know this was a guerrilla stream. I didn't even put that enough time to let people know that we're coming online. But the fact of the matter is, I am disappointed by how dull our performance was. And yeah, it seems like we're back to second half FC if we get Oli back, says Kenny Fan TV. Yeah, yeah. But right now, we're first half FC. We look good in the first half. And then from there, somehow things just sort of dwindle down. If FC Twente didn't score, and if Ericsson didn't score, I really don't know where our goals would have come from. The goal that we scored was not a team goal. It was not from a pattern, you know. So I just don't know where we go from here. Shout out to Overhead Kick TV, guys. If you're just joining in, don't forget the all important thing: hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. I wanted to rush through these team grades because we had a therapy session yesterday, and I wanted to do them yesterday, but it was just important to just talk and let things out. Yeah, as I mentioned, the other subs that came on was Mason Mount as well. Like he came on, was like, I'm just gonna leave it non-applicable. Mason Mount, Rasmus Hoyland, and yeah, Eric Ten Hag just sort of made these subs way too late in the game. What are you expecting a player to do if you bring them on with 11 minutes to go? Honestly, sometimes it's not even Hoyland's fault that I'm giving him a non applicable, grading. The manager, like when you get in a match, sometimes you need like about 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, you'll get 2 touches. So you need like maybe 8 minutes to get 3 touches. After the third touch, that's when you can say you're in the rhythm of the game. Because remember, you've been sitting down for over an hour, and then you're asked to warm up, but you need to get a feel of the game. So Eric Ten Hag, in some weird way, is also sabotaging his subs, man. Honestly, he needs to do better in terms of his game management. Big up to the waiting room in the building, says I am here and late. I wanted to rush through these predictions, these grades, and then from there just quickly just hear if anybody has any to disagree with. And Box in the building says Mazzari did play that suicidal ball in the first half. Ooh. Yeah, he did. But it didn't lead to a goal. Hold on. Why is Joe calling? Joe, I'm online.
Why are you still live?
I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up.
Get the hell off.
All right. He calling me to tell me to get offline. But yeah, I was trying to make sure that we stay at 30-minute mark. So if there's any grade that you disagree with, let me know. And let's look at them one last time. Onana B minus, Mazraoui B plus. Standout performer, I guess, is Mazraoui for me. He is the player that can say, you know what? I'm proud of what I did today. And Ugarte. And then the weakest links, Ericsson. Ericsson should just be a C, actually, a straight C. And then everybody else is C pluses and B minuses and bombastic side eye to Eric Ten Hag. That is actually, yeah, that's the final grades. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it is. I hope we do better versus Spurs, because we have Spurs at the weekend and we got to stand up. There's no hiding. We got to go there and fight, especially versus Spurs, because the Ange Ball FC people are going to be so loud. Bruno was the weaker link, says Kenny Fan TV. You got a point. Ericsson C is criminal, says Overhead Kick TV. Bro, let me know why it was criminal. Comment on this video and let me know where I got it wrong with these grades. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will definitely, we'll do a call-in show tomorrow because I don't want to go over 30 minutes. Just like that, I'm out of here. Peace. Take care of yourselves, and we out.
Football Power Hour.